And the prevailing mood obviously would be of optimism, because they came to an agreement fairly quickly, at least in the morning session, on allowing the North Koreans to participate in the Winter Games, which open 1 month from today in nearby Pyeongchang, South Korea. They would potentially march together at the opening, and also the North Koreans would send a high-level delegation to the Olympic Games, as well as athletes. We do know at least two figure skaters have qualified for the Winter Olympics, so they could potentially be either incorporated into the South Korean team, have a unified Korean team. We're not necessarily sure. But the mood going into the afternoon session, at least from the dribblings we get from the officials through the press pool, is that they're fairly optimistic to go into the smaller group meetings to nail down some of the fine details, because it's just a month to go before the Games. Some of the other issues, though, again, the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, that's going to be the big bugaboo, because it was on the list of proposals. The South Koreans want to restart talks on denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula, or definitely in the north. However, the North Koreans reportedly remained fairly quiet when that issue was brought up in those talks, which are happening just down the road here, across the bridge, about 5 miles from here.
And it's a fairly impressive moment, isn't it, between North Korea and South Korea? I suppose the question that we've got to ask ourselves is this symbolism of some kind of rapprochement between the two. What does it do to the theatre of geopolitics on the world? Because you've got the US and China really bearing down on North Korea, and here we have this moment of rapprochement. Strategic move by North Korea, do you think, to provoke the ire of Donald Trump?
Yeah, it could be several different motives for, coming and accepting the South Koreans, olive branch, if you will, for these talks, which the South Koreans proposed, and the North Koreans in the New Year's Day's greeting did decide that they wanted to move forward to resolve the issues through negotiation and through dialogue. Now, behind the scenes, has China played a significant role? Possibly, absolutely. Donald Trump, of course, and the saber rattling from the White House, perhaps that also pushed the North Koreans to say, we better maybe make a move right now to have that rapprochement, as you said, with the South Koreans before Donald Trump and the United States do something that would ignite the tensions even further. So we don't know the behind the scenes, but what we do know is that there is progress being made. Baby steps, albeit, but still progress.